These are the damage tests I ran for that video that linked to this one. I've kept it private so that way it doesn't clog up the algorithm and all that fun stuff. I imagine this video out of context would be very weird. In any case, a reminder of the tests that I ran. I decided to test how much damage each character could do to a single enemy in one turn. These tests have major spoilers in them, as I said before, so viewers beware. This footage is mostly unedited, and I won't cut out my failed tests or the ones that I weren't happy with. So it's also going to include a few oddities. I'll make sure to point those out when I can, but otherwise this is just going to be, what I did to calculate how much damage each character can do in a single turn. Starting with Rabid Luigi. In order for him to deal his max damage, he will need Exhaust Dash and his second dash to boost his critical hit rate to 60%, weapon damage up 2 stages, and then we need to get Weaken Effect so he can get vulnerable for his Exhaust technique. And then from here on, everything I'm investing is just for jits and shiggles. It doesn't really matter what I put in for him, because those were all the skills he needed for damage.
Go! On me.
Look, Rabid Luigi's test is pretty easy to run. Just get close to her, apply Exhaust, and then you start dashing, and then fire off his Disruptor, and that gets you his total. As far as I can tell, the damage debuff from Exhaust does not stack. And record the number in the top left there, which is Dark Mess Edge's HP total. Subtract it from the total she started with, which I believe was 34,177. I had to write that number down so many times, I think I memorized it. Anyway, and then repeat 4 times. There weren't any issues or problems with Rabid Luigi's tests, so nothing really to go over.
Let's finish this. Up you go. Showtime. Up you go.
Team jump, yo! Dash! Push!
Alright, for Rabid Peach, her damage dealing skills are very easy. She's got 2 dashes. You boost her critical hit chance to its maximum, 60%. And then, why did I start putting it into weapon range? No, you boost the damage of her final hit, and that's all she needs to deal as much damage as she possibly can. She's the only character in the game whose technique doesn't deal any damage. And then, much like Rabid Luigi, Rabid Peach's test is very straightforward as well. Just gotta get someone to boost her over to where Dark Mess Edge is, and then fly over, dash her 3 times, and then you shoot.
Up you go. That'll do. That'll do. That'll do. That'll do. Up you go.
Hold still, will ya?
Next is Princess Peach herself. She has 2 dashes, just like Rabbid Luigi. You can boost the damage of her weapon, and I believe you can also... you can get 4 Team Barrier charges, and then the Team Barrier Discharge, which causes them to pop when they're destroyed and deal some damage. Beyond that, Princess Peach can upgrade her Boombrella to have a wider arc and to reduce the fall off of the damage at longer range, or longer ranges. She can also put barriers on herself when she defeats enemies, which is not something I really accounted for, but it doesn't really matter, I suppose. I don't know. Point is, I didn't include it. Maybe I should have, maybe I did. Or maybe I did the right thing. Whatever.
On me.
Anyway, Peach is the first time where these tests get a little bit more complicated. Because she needs her barriers to pop before I deal any damage, and then the enemies need to make sure they go after her exclusively. So the easiest way to do that is to pop the barriers, or to put up barriers around her and Edge, and then make sure Peach is the only one who goes forward. We do her usual, dash twice into Dark Mess Edge. Oh, I messed up there. I was supposed to dash twice, but I only did it once there, so in post I just added 405 to her total, which isn't exactly fair since she could have gotten a critical hit, but it is only a 10% chance. So I just left it as is. I ran another test afterwards, but I don't think I did that. Yeah, and then Peach gets KO'd every time, which is unfortunate, but the fortunate thing is that the ooze damage, or the ooze effect that Dark Mess Edge contracted from Peach there, the damage doesn't tick until the end of the turn, so we don't need to worry about that. Anyway, moving on.
Let's finish this. On me. It's on! Showtime.
Yay!
On me. Yep.
Rabid Rosalina, for being a support character, she can actually do quite a bit for damage boosts. She can boost the damage of her dash 3 times, apply Ennui on dash, and she can make it so when she hits them to wake them up, they take more damage. And then all of her weapon boosts are pretty useful. Well, for this purpose, though, we only need to get her crit rate up, the amount of shots to 15, and then apply heat up, so that way she's dealing as much damage as possible. Her weapon range is really poor without any investment, so I do like to invest into that. Although I didn't do that here, but it doesn't really matter. No, didn't get it all the way up. But, yeah. Point is, Rabid Rosalina has a lot of damage boosting skills despite being a support-oriented character, more or less.
Showtime.
And just like Rabid Luigi, All Rabid Rosalina needs to do for her damage is make sure she applies Ennui before she dashes, and then just go from there. Dash her once, and then fire. Now, I don't know if the damage is going to be consistent all throughout. I don't know if the boosted 30% from Ennui applied to all 15 of those hits, or if some of them were actually weakened since she technically only woke up on the first hit. I can't tell you for sure. It looks like she got the full 30% boost for all 15 hits, so that's something, I guess. Anyway, moving on, I guess. I don't know. I'm gonna let this play out, but whatever.
Let's finish this. Nap time. Showtime.
Wow! Ha!
Yeesh. On me. Nap time. Showtime. Up you go.
Now for Bowser, his damage options, he can deal damage when he lands, and you can boost that damage, so that's nice. You can boost the damage he deals with critical hits, but beyond that, his weapon upgrades don't boost his damage output. Anyone caught in the radius takes a little extra damage, though. Anyway, then we have his Rabid Mecha Koopas. You can boost their individual damage, set them on fire, and boost the number of Rabid Mecha Koopas you have. Unfortunately, I'll have to take that fire upgrade off in the next attempt because Dark Mess Edge is resistant to fire, so it's not going to do that much damage. And then I'm technically being a little dishonest in the total amount of damage a character could do in a turn, because one of the Spark upgrades is that they get a 25% chance to get an additional action after using a Spark. Is it 25? It's some low percentage like that. Not the point. What is the point is that I didn't apply that, even though it would boost the overall damage output, allowing them to buff themselves with a Spark and then start doing all their damage stuffs. But no, not doing that. Especially since I didn't want to fish for that proc rate.
Let's finish this.
Now, for Bowser, it's a little bit more complicated than everyone else. Since he deals damage when he lands, I need him to be able to land on Dark Mess Edge. And for that, I need to get her closer. Thank you, Glitter. Perhaps the most useful Spark in the game. I don't know, it's tough to say. But that pulls a Dark Mess Edge close enough for Bowser to hit her. And then Bowser does have enough range to get over there. If he didn't, you can prevent Bowser from using his damage landing by having him fall on cover or something else like that. And then from there, you would have Bowser dash and then launch the Rabid Mecha Koopas. But unfortunately, since Dark Mess Edge is resistant to fire, their damage output is lower than they otherwise would be. And he doesn't get bonus points for the amount of fire damage he can do with, or the amount of damage she would take from the burning. So there's that as well. Alright, anyway. So yeah, just gotta fix up Bowser's thing, then we're good.
On me. Up you go.
Here we go! Yeah.
Showtime.
Yeah. Ha! Wiggy! Yeah. Here.
Up you go. On me.
Yes. Yeah.
Let's finish this. Up you go.
Fly, Luigi. You. Yeah. Yeah.
Showtime.
Luigi. Yeah. Yeah.
For Edge, it's pretty simple where her skill points need to go for damage. She can boost her damage with 4 dashes and then allow them all to deal 40% more damage. She can boost her critical hit rate twice and get chain boost to boost the damage by 5% per hit. I didn't do a very good job testing it, as you will soon see, but we'll get into that when we get into that. Anyway, we also need to put points into Stormblade. It gets 2 charges and can deal 195% damage. Now that 195% damage, I don't know if that's based on a single hit from her sword or if it's based on the number of hits it can land in general, because that fluctuates for Edge. She deals 2 damage to most enemies, and or she hits and each enemy twice most of the time, or she hits them
That'll do.
4 to 6 times. So it can vary a lot. So I do believe Stormblade's damage boost is based off of a single hit from her sword throw or whatever. Anyway, but like with most characters, Edge is very simple to get the damage calculations for. Just get her over there, and then she goes from there. And then this is where it gets complicated. In theory, Edge should deal more damage the more times she hits enemies with her sword like that. It's a 5% boost, so it's very difficult to notice if you add more enemies or not, and I'm not entirely sure if it would deal more or less damage if Edge hit her target first and last, or if they were thrown somewhere in the middle, or anything else like that. The simple truth is, I have no idea how to maximize Edge's damage on a single target with her available perks. So, of all the characters I ran, Edge probably has the most inconsistent damage output, or at the very least, the least reliable results. Anyway, let's jump ahead to our next character. Or, well, I'm gonna let this footage play out. I'm gonna jump ahead to the next character now. Okay.
That'll do. Okay. Go. That'll do. On me.
Swiggy! Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Move it. One down. Let's finish this.
Here we go. Yep. Yep. Yeah. 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 Oh.
Showtime. Okay. Come on!
Mario! So Mario, he can stomp 4 times, he deals more damage if he shoots from the air, and his hero sight can also deal more damage. All handy stuff. Oh right, and he can boost his critical hit rate to 40%. And this is a completed game file, so if you're ever curious about how to replay missions, you go to wherever this menu's at. Oh, yeah, and this was when I learned that you get rewards for 100%ing each planet. That was not something I knew about beforehand. Anyway, you open the quest log, and then you go to the... Well, you have to open the quest log for the right planet. So in this case, I need to take the map to Cursa's Stronghold, and then go from there. Took me a little bit to figure that out, though.
Let's finish this.
So these were actually the very first tests I ran, and for Mario specifically, it's not enough that he gets close enough to the boss to deal damage. He also needs to be able to do a team jump near her. So that required me to allow Dark Mess Edge to get close. So that way, Mario doesn't have to use up his team jump to get close enough to her to deal damage, and I also have other characters around to support and trigger his hero's sight. My initial plan had been to lure Dark Mess Edge over with glitter, which is a possibility and something I definitely could have done, but it was easier to just get everyone over here past the turn and let Dark Mess Edge approach my team. Ugh, sorry, Yanni. So that's how we ended up doing it for Mario. And there wasn't really too much of a change of that. One thing to note, actually we'll get to it. We'll get to it.
Go on. Ow.
Of course, the tricky part with Dark Mess Edge is she does activate Storm's Eye, but unlike the regular Edge, she can only hit once with it.
Let's go.
While dashes do count for triggering the enemy to move, and I can have any character dash the boss, not just Mario, I wanted to make sure that all the damage they took was exclusively from the character I was testing. and Mario only gets to dash once. Hence, we use Glitter. Glitter allows me to pull Dark Mess Edge exactly where I need her to be. And now, Mario's gotten in both shots from his hero sight. Now he can team jump and shoot her twice from the air. And I do believe the air shot did accurately count his damage, or account for what his damage would be after the boost from the perk. Anyway, I'm gonna let the rest of these play out. It wasn't until after I did Luigi's first round of testing that I realized that I could just keep the recording going because it wouldn't take too long. So for Mario's, I ended up recording each session individually. A bit of a waste, and I forgot to do the fourth one on screen, so I just screen captured the last bits of that and hoped that would be good enough, and hopefully it is. At the very least, it shows the final numbers, and, you know, you can't be mad about that.
Go on.
Oh! Let's go. All right. Woohoo! Yo! Ha! Woohoo!
On me. Go on.
That's a hit. Let's go. All right. Woohoo!
Up you go. On me. Go on.
Ow, mama! Let's go! Waha! All right! Woohoo! Come on! All right!
Alright, here we jumped right in with not Luigi, regular Luigi's stuff. So, the tricky thing with Luigi, and he actually got me to consider dropping this whole project, because it took me a little while to figure out exactly what to do for Luigi. Of course, the key to Luigi's success are Rabbid Rosalina, Screech, and Glitter. Actually, just Screech. You don't nearly need Glitter, but Glitter's always useful. Anyway, Rabbid Rosalina allows me to lock down the enemies that I don't want to move, so that way Luigi will focus all of his fire on Dark Mess Edge. But I don't want to get Dark Mess Edge caught in ennui, because I tend to forget to take perks off. And Rabbid Rosalina has the 30% wake-up slap effect for her ennui, so that would give false results for Luigi's damage output. I expected I would need to pass the turn to let Dark Mess Edge get closer, and it took me a while to realize that no, I don't need to do that. Luigi is able to get far enough away for his maximum damage bonus from his sharpshooter. And while at the start of his second round of tests, I do go over Luigi's perks and skill points, so I'll make sure to apply all those when we get to that. But for now, let's just suffer in silence as it takes me a while to figure out how to do Luigi's stuff. Oh, here we go. Luigi's skill tree. So, Luigi gets 3 dashes, but he has to use his two team jumps to use them, and that was what made me think it was going to be complicated for him, since his weapon deals less damage the closer he is to his target. I believe he has to maintain a minimum distance of 28 meters, or I prefer to call it units, but they measure it in meters. Not the point. The point is, dashing requires Luigi to get close, but in order for his weapon to deal damage, he needs to be far away. And in order for him to shoot, he can't move anymore. Well, unless I use an item, but then I can't use Steely Stare. It was a bit tricky to figure out, or at least it took me a hot minute, but ultimately the solution is that Luigi is able to safely make it far enough away based on the arena, and I don't need to worry about ending the turn or anything like that. But one thing at a time. First, we have to actually get to the point where I figure that out. And then from there, Luigi's tests are much easier to do.
Up you go.
They did take a lot of effort, but thankfully, Rabid Rosalina is here to... I ended up not being happy with allowing Dark Mess Edge to get a turn like that, simply because of Luigi losing the high ground and not getting his guaranteed crits when she makes it through the pipe. And I can't just clog the pipe to keep her from getting too close, and I have no guarantee that she'll keep moving if she's at the low ground. So that wasn't going to work out either.
Showtime.
Yeah, using Ennui from right around here allows me to hit the other 3 enemies, and since Rabid Rosalina can inflict ennui with her dash, that allows her to lock down all 4 enemies on the map, so meaning Dark Mess Edge is the only one able to move. Rabid Rosalina's ennui and how flexible I can be with it really settles the deal. And then I decided to pop her over there to clog the pipe. That would force Darkmess Edge to approach the group if she decided to move. Well, rather, it keeps her from using that pipe. Enemies can't go through a pipe if one of your characters is in front of either end of it, and turning someone invisible and then having them go in front of it guarantees that the enemy can't move through it. They won't know why, but they just can't. It's very neat.
Here goes.
Up you go.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Ha. Yes.
Yeah, and oh, I forgot to go over the other particulars, but Luigi's Steely Stare, he gets 3 charges of that, and it deals, I think it's 120% damage compared to his regular shots, so he is able to do that. But yeah, between Screech and Glitter, I'm able to reposition the boss as much as I like. And then by clogging the pipe, I get to keep her close to it, and so Luigi should be able to get in his 3 dashes. It's not the most elegant solution, but it works.
Oi.
And now, I just need to get him his 2 team jumps, and then he's good to go. But it's after this first test that I realized that I can do this a lot quicker. That I don't need to pass the turn to the enemy to pull all this off. That, you know, Luigi is able to get into a position to deal his maximum damage and still get in his 3 dashes.
Up you go.
Here we go. Wahoo! Here we go. Yeah, Luigi. Fly, Luigi! Yes! Ha ha ha! All right! Oh yeah!
Up you go.
Here we go! Up a jump! Ha! Here we go! Ha ha ha! Yeah! Ho ho! Yeah. All right.
Up you go.
Here goes. Here we go.
Why?
Fly, Luigi. Luigi. Oh yeah. Let's go. Alright. Yeah.
Huh? Oh.
On me. Up you go.
Luigi. Fly, Luigi. Ho ho.
Let's finish this.
Nap time.
Up you go.
Here we go. Wingy. Oh yeah. Aha. Oh yeah.
Showtime.
Ow.
Let's finish this. Up you go. Nap time. Up you go.
Here we go. Fly, Luigi. Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, thanks, Doc.
On me.
Alright, and for our final character, we have Rabid Mario. So he gets 2 dashes, he can boost his critical hit rate to 15%, boost his damage output, and hit 5 times in a row. He also has Counter Blow. He can get 3 charges of that and increase the range by quite a bit. And he boosts the damage by half of what he took. So those are all the perks Rabid Mario needs to deal the highest amount of damage. I also probably should have put his points into his HP instead of getting his No Limits perk, but that's a problem that was that's a hindsight thing. I didn't realize that, and that Rabid Mario would need his health boosts naturally. I don't believe, English, I do believe Rabid Mario may have been able to survive all the abuse he takes in order to get his maximum damage output if I had got all of his HP upgrades rather than giving him sparks that boost his HP. But the point is, it took me a little while to get Rabid Mario's tests done right. In fact, I think these first, how long even is this part? And where are you? There we are. Now it's not giving me times. Not the problem. Not the point. The point is, until we get to the second round of tests I recorded for Rabid Mario, we're not really going to get good results for him. So these are all botched attempts for him.
I'm a jump!
Anyway, the key thing to note about Rabid Mario's damage output... Oh, right. Just one other thing is, I decided to bring Princess Peach over to clog this pipe. I didn't want Rabid Edge to see... or Darkmess Edge to see Edge as a target. But the point is, I could have put Rabid Mario on the other side of Edge to get in his hits with the Dukes, and it would still make the other enemies hit him from a position where his counter blow would hit her in addition to them. So I didn't need No Limits, but it is the best perk in the game, so I could not resist putting it on Rabid Mario. Anyway, I'm going to let the rest of these tests play out. I do hope you enjoy watching if you decide to continue to the end. But, yeah, we're basically at the end here and now of the commentary. So, thank you for your time, and hopefully this was a fun thing to view. I certainly enjoyed making it. That was neat. Anyway, see y'all next time.
showtime. Up you go. Nap time.
Here we go! I'm a jump! Hey! One, hey! Oh! Ha! Ah! Bruma! Supera!
Up you go.
Take it easy. Ooh, you're on my list. Whoa! Oi! Oi! Ow! Oi! Take it easy. Ow! Mama!
Let's finish this. Up you go.
Here goes. Ha-ha! Oh yeah! Ho! Hey! Ho! Ah! Whoa! Oi! Take it easy. Ooh, you're on my list. Ow! That's a boy! Whoa! Ow! Mama!
Let's finish this.
Take it easy. Oi.
Showtime.
Nap time.
Wahoo! Haha! Bruma! Hey, one, two. Whoa! Take it easy. Ooh, you're on my list. Oi! Hey, that's a hit. Whoa! Oh! Oi!
On me. Up you go. Off you go.
Take it easy. Whoa! That's a hurt. Oi! Oi! Ooh, you're on my list. Take it easy. Oh! Ow, mama!
Let's finish this.
I'm a jump! Here we go! Hey! Woohoo! Ooh, yeah! Come on! Come on! Wow! Excellent cheese!
Up you go.
Whoa! Hey! Take it easy! Oi! Oi! Ow! Oh! Whoa! Oi! Ooh, you're on my list.
Showtime.
Luigi.